Okay, as always, we want to address some of your COVID questions. So let's bring in Dr. David Winter from Baylor Scott & White Health. Good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonia.
So let's start off with Pfizer and recently Moderna. Both have applied for formal approval of their vaccine. So that is outside of what we've been hearing, which is emergency use authorization. Now, both were granted those EUAs last year due to the emergency situation of this COVID pandemic. So can you clear up what's the difference and what does a formal approval really mean in this case?
Yeah, emergency use authorization allows the FDA to approve new medicines, new vaccines in emergency situations only if there's no other good alternative. And it allows it to get them done a lot quicker. So they got that done. And now what Moderna and Pfizer's companies are both saying, we've given out millions of vaccines. They seem to be safe, ready to go through the formal process, which takes longer, a lengthier process. All expectations that they will get approval, but they've got to go through that process to go get the final approval. Not quite done yet.
Okay, Dr. Winter, thank you for that. Israel is reporting myocarditis related to the Pfizer vaccine in young men. So we've been hearing about some of these cases here as well. What does this mean for us?
Yeah, as you know, Sonia, myocarditis is inflammation of the heart. It occurs uncommonly after a variety of viral infections, not just COVID-19 infections. What the Israelis said, we're seeing also it occur in men aged 16 to 24 who got the vaccine. Now, fortunately, all those cases have been mild, last a couple of weeks, then goes away, no long-term effects. And the Israeli scientists are quick to point out we're still encouraging everyone to get the vaccine. So just another wrinkle here, more research to come.
I want to talk about long haulers because I am talking to or in communication with a lot of people who've got an array of symptoms they're still dealing with. Are there new treatments now that are available for people who are still suffering from long haulers or COVID infections?
Yeah, these long hauler folks, those folks stay sick for weeks, even months with fatigue, not sleeping well, lack of energy, brain fog, they call it, trouble concentrating. Up until now, we haven't found a good way to treat that, and this is another suggestion just come out. The thought is that if we rev up the immune system by giving a vaccine, a COVID vaccine, that might help. Early results says it seems to do so in at least some folks. So we need some new treatments, and this one just might be a good one. More research to come with that also.
Yeah, a lot of wait and see here. And Dr. Winter, as COVID infections continue to decrease across the country, really, which is great, it seems like other respiratory infections are making a comeback. I've even talked to a friend who said at her kids' daycare, man, they went through RSV and hand, foot, and mouth, and all this stuff kind of coming back. Can you explain sort of what's going on?
Yeah, you know, it's ironic. So COVID infections are down 84% since mid-April and down 90% since the peak in January. But as if doctors and nurses didn't have enough to do, now we see more infections, cold viruses, rhinoviruses, adenoviruses coming back. We all think it's the fact that we aren't masking or distancing. That works for any kind of airborne infection, but they're back now. I'm getting lots of calls. Just put a guy in a hospital with severe infection. So they're coming back. Those viruses have been waiting around, and now they're out there again. COVID's gone. We have something else to take its place right now.
Yeah, and I guess the answer or the response to that would be still, wash your hands, proper hygiene.
Yes, ma'am. You got it. You got it.
All right. Dr. Winter, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia.